Welcome, everyone. Today, we invite you into the remarkable journey of Karl-Anthony Towns, a story that transcends basketball and enters the deeper world of human strength, love, and perseverance. This isn't just the tale of a superstar athlete. It's the story of a man who has faced unimaginable loss, carried the weight of expectation, and emerged as one of the most emotionally grounded and inspiring figures in modern sports. From a young boy growing up in New Jersey to an NBA leader redefining the meaning of greatness, Karl-Anthony Towns' life reminds us that success is sweetest when earned through resilience and heart. Karl's story begins in Edison, New Jersey, where the future NBA star was born on November 15, 1995. His father, Karl Towns Sr., was a teacher and basketball coach, a man who instilled in his son discipline, humility, and an unshakable work ethic. His mother, Jacqueline Cruz Towns, was the emotional anchor of their family, a woman of Dominican heritage whose warmth filled every room she entered. From the beginning, Karl grew up surrounded by love, learning that family was everything and that success would mean little without gratitude and purpose behind it. As a kid, Karl was unusually tall for his age, but what stood out most wasn't his height. It was his curiosity. He had a mind that never stopped learning. Whether it was studying school subjects, breaking down film, or understanding why certain plays worked, Karl wanted to master everything he touched. He was a scholar long before he was a star, and his parents made sure he valued education as deeply as he valued basketball. He would go on to take advanced placement courses in high school, showing that his drive for excellence extended far beyond the court. But when basketball came into his life, it was like destiny unfolding. His father, being a coach, recognized Karl's natural potential and began training him early, focusing not just on the physical aspects of the game, but on understanding its mental side. He taught Karl to be patient, disciplined, and cerebral. Those lessons shaped the foundation of what would later make Towns one of the most skilled big men in NBA history. By the time he entered St. Joseph High School in Metuchen, New Jersey, Karl had already developed an uncommon blend of power and finesse. He was dominant in the paint, but graceful on the perimeter, capable of shooting, passing, and rebounding with precision. Under coach Dave Turco, Karl led St. Joseph to multiple state championships, and his name quickly spread across the nation. Scouts marveled at how polished he was, not just physically, but mentally. He was poised, composed, and driven. Off the court, Karl was known for his humility. While other young stars might have been swept up in fame, Karl stayed grounded. He was polite to everyone, always smiling, always grateful. His parents' influence kept him focused on the bigger picture. For Karl, basketball was never about fame. It was about family, growth, and making his loved ones proud. When it came time for college, Karl made the choice to play under coach John Calipari at the University of Kentucky, a program known for shaping NBA-ready players. That decision turned out to be one of the most pivotal moments in his young life. At Kentucky, Karl thrived not just as a player, but as a leader. He played with energy, discipline, and composure well beyond his years. His time there showed the basketball world what he could become, a new kind of big man who could defend, shoot, pass, and think the game in ways that defied traditional limits. During the 2014 to 2015 season, the Kentucky Wildcats dominated college basketball. They went 38-1, coming within one step of perfection. Karl played an integral role. His presence inside, his patience, and his ability to execute under pressure made him indispensable. He didn't need to be the loudest or flashiest. His impact spoke for itself. By the time he declared for the NBA draft, it was clear that he wasn't just another top prospect. He was something special, a player who understood that greatness was built on character as much as talent. In 2015, the Minnesota Timberwolves made Karl-Anthony Towns the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. And from the very beginning, he delivered. His rookie year was nothing short of spectacular. He averaged 18 points, 10 rebounds, and almost 2 blocks per game, earning unanimous Rookie of the Year honors. He didn't just play well. He played like someone destined to carry a franchise. Minnesota fans, who had long awaited a star to believe in, found hope in Karl. But beyond the stats, what truly defined his early NBA years was his love for the game. He approached every matchup with respect. He talked about being a student of basketball, always studying, always improving. Even when facing seasoned veterans, he remained humble and eager to learn. He was a quiet force, competitive but never arrogant. As Karl's career progressed, he became one of the most complete offensive players in the league. A big man who could dominate inside and shoot like a guard. He was redefining what the center position meant in modern basketball. Analysts and fans alike called him one of the most skilled bigs of his generation. His combination of size, athleticism, and basketball IQ made him nearly unstoppable. But life, as it often does, brought heartbreak that would test every ounce of his strength. In 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Karl's world was shaken to its core. His beloved mother, Jacqueline, fell ill and tragically passed away. Her death left a hole that no success or spotlight could ever fill. Karl was devastated. He had lost not just a parent, but his best friend, his biggest supporter, his heart. To make matters worse, he would go on to lose several more family members to the virus. The pain was unimaginable. Yet, even in that darkness, Karl showed the world a different kind of strength. He didn't hide from his grief, he shared it. He spoke openly about the pain, the confusion, the isolation, becoming a voice for others who were hurting. He showed fans and players alike that vulnerability is not weakness, it's humanity. His courage to be honest about his emotions changed the way many saw athletes. He wasn't just a star now, he was a symbol of resilience. Returning to basketball after such a loss wasn't easy. Every game reminded him of his mother's absence. Every crowd, every cheer, every moment of triumph carried her memory. But he found purpose in that pain. He began dedicating his performances to her, playing with a quiet determination that went deeper than competition. When he spoke of her, it was always with love and gratitude. He said he could still feel her guiding him, still hear her cheering him on. That connection fueled him to keep going, even on the hardest days. As the years went by, Karl matured not just as a player, but as a person. He became a leader in the Timberwolves locker room, not by yelling or demanding, but by example. His teammates respected his composure, his dedication, and his empathy. He learned how to balance fire with patience, how to lift others up, how to play for something bigger than himself. Off the court, Karl began using his platform for good. He spoke about mental health, racial justice, and community empowerment. He donated to causes that supported healthcare workers, education, and families in need. He honored his mother not just by succeeding, but by serving others, carrying forward the love and compassion she had taught him. His relationship with Jordyn Woods became another chapter of healing and growth. Jordyn, who understood the pain of public scrutiny and loss, became a source of comfort and joy for Karl. Together, they showed that love can restore even the most broken hearts. They supported each other through grief and growth, embodying the idea that behind every public figure is a human story full of emotion and redemption. On the court, Karl's greatness continued to evolve. In 2022, he made history by winning the NBA three-point contest, becoming one of the first big men in decades to do so. It wasn't just a personal victory, it was a statement that the game had changed, and Karl was leading that change. His blend of versatility and skill symbolized the new generation of basketball, where positions no longer defined players, creativity did. But for all the accolades, what truly sets Karl-Anthony Towns apart is his heart. He's not afraid to be emotional. He's not afraid to be real. He's a man who understands that greatness without gratitude is hollow. Whether he's scoring 40 points or comforting a teammate after a loss, Karl shows that empathy and excellence can coexist. Today, Karl stands as a cornerstone of the Minnesota Timberwolves, a franchise that mirrors his own journey. They've had ups and downs, heartbreaks and breakthroughs, but through it all, he remains committed. His partnership with Anthony Edwards has injected new energy into the team, and their chemistry represents the Timberwolves' future. When fans look at Karl-Anthony Towns now, they don't just see an NBA All-Star. They see a man who's endured, evolved, and inspired. His legacy will never just be about stats or titles. It will be about resilience, about the son who turned pain into power, about the player who showed the world that even in loss, love never leaves you. So to everyone watching, remember this. Karl-Anthony Towns' story is about more than basketball. It's about family, faith, and fortitude. It's about how life can break you, but also how you can rebuild yourself stronger than ever. Thank you for joining us in celebrating the remarkable journey of Karl-Anthony Towns, a man whose heart is every bit as powerful as his game. If his story moved you, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more stories that remind us of what it truly means to rise, to fight, and to believe. Because in the end, Karl-Anthony Towns teaches us all that greatness isn't about what you have. It's about what you give, what you endure, and what you stand for.